morning. I got here way early. That parking lot's closed down, so's the other one. So I got the last spot over here in front of the Mac. Class starts at 10 minutes, so I'll be headed that way soon. Hello, welcome to today. 4:39 p.m. Had a pretty productive day so far. I got into Kent, got both classes done, hung out with Joe for a little bit, had my lunch. Came home and mowed at the house. I drove the M5 to Kent today. So they said the other day that we weren't going to have any rain for like 8 or 9 days. I didn't expect it would be that long. But looking at radar, there's big storms up northwest of here. Probably, Joe, close to where you are. So M5's in the garage and I'm mailing a my Wenger watch, Commando 70873, into service to Precision Time in Utah. The chronograph hands don't reset to 12 o'clock when you reset the chronograph. So it's been doing that for a while, and I really like this watch. This is one of the first watches that I bought. Actually, it is. It's the first good watch I bought that wasn't some $25 Walmart watch. I've always been into them. And I want to keep it really nice. So I had a new battery put in it. Well, the only thing I've ever had wrong with it is I bought this in 2007, so I was in 7th grade. Somewhere in high school, I wore it all the time. I wore it to gym. Obviously, we changed for gym. So I put it in my shoe up on the top shelf of my locker, and Mr. Glavin was the gym teacher. He was awesome. We were talking cars until like 2 minutes before the bell rings. So I was in a hurry to go and change clothes and get out and get to the next class. So ran into the locker room, pull my shoe down, and the watch comes off from probably 6 or 7 feet in the air and lands crystal down on the cement floor. It's a mineral crystal, not a sapphire. Crystal was totally fine. It's still the crystal that hit the cement. There's not a mark on it. It's flawless. I didn't know mineral could be so strong. But the Wenger logo at 12 o'clock popped off and was rattling around inside the dial. So I sent it in for that, had him replace that, and put a new battery in it while it was in there. So that was in like probably 09, I would say. So here it is, 14. It's been 5 years. The chronograph hands, all 3 of them, hour, second, minute, reset to random places on the dial. It's probably been magnetized somewhere along my traveling over the last few years. I take that watch everywhere. So now I'm sending it in to this place in Utah. They're gonna do that. I told them to replace the battery while it's in there. I can't believe it's lasted this long. And if they're gonna have it in a certified shop and open it up, we might as well throw a new battery in it. It's Swiss quartz movement. So I'll have them do that, and all of this should be less than $100. And I got a new leather band too. That one on there is the second one I've had since that watch, and it's very worn out now. And I bought the link bracelet too. I just never use that because I prefer leather. So it's probably a long clip, sorry. But I'm going to take the watch in, I'm going to send the watch out, and I'm taking the 330 because it might rain. That's all that boiled down to. Well, that was ridiculous. I was the 17th person in line in the post office. I got in there at like 5:48 probably. It's now 5:08, so 20 minutes to mail a package. I did put insurance on it, and I did the Wednesday delivery instead of Friday. I don't know how long it takes a company like Precision Time to do that. I mean, if there were one dude in there, he got it on Wednesday, opened it up, put a new battery in it, calibrated the hands. Theoretically, it could ship out as early as Thursday or Friday, but I think I remember seeing something on their week where they ballparked like 3 to 5 weeks for return time. Now that's ridiculous. I don't think it'll be that bad. But if it is, whatever. I'll have a nice product when I get it back, I'm sure. So, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's starting to rain, which is annoying after spending 6.5 hours on a car, making it nice, you know, 7 or 8 out of 10. Or at 8.5 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for what it can be. But, you know, better than the M5. I didn't buy this to keep it clean. That's not why I have it, and I'm not gonna worry about getting it dirty because that's what it's for. Nonetheless, I was hoping I could go at least a week without having it get too scuzzy. Is anybody sick of hearing about me talk about Apple yet? Hope not, because we're going into another discussion here. I was bored, I'll admit it. I was very bored in my macroeconomics class. The professor is very, very, very Chinese, and you get tired of trying to decipher what she's talking about with nominal and real GDP. And every other word is okay, okay, okay. So you get sick of that. Anyways, I went online, I was reading some articles about Apple's announcements last week with 6 and 6 Plus. And I came across this post on, I think it was on The Guardian or something like that, how whoever the editor, the author of the article was talking about how Apple isn't doing anything. All they're doing is playing catch up with both devices, finally adding NFC, finally adding a bigger screen. And I can see how people would say that. My perspective is Apple's completely on top of their game where they've always been. Apple is really good at looking at the market, seeing what other people are doing poorly, and then doing it themselves and turning it into a thing. My first example is the smartphones. There were plenty of smartphones before the iPhone, but they all sucked. They were shitty smartphones. So what did Apple do? They made a damn good smartphone. And it may not be the most popular phone in the world right now, but it was for a while. My next example is the tablet. There were tablets before the iPad. Guess what? They sucked. The iPad came out, it's a pretty damn popular tablet. I've never seen anybody else at Kent with a tablet that's not an iPhone. I have in airports and businesses maybe, but not at the university. So Apple nailed the iPhone, they nailed the tablet. So now they're picking the watch. Well, you know me, I like Panerais, Grams, IWCs, Rolexes. I don't think Apple's going to have any competition with that. But in terms of the smartwatch industry, I fully expect them to blow everybody else out of the water, as they have been with every other product they've released. And that's not as opinionated as it might sound. Look at market share, look at sales, look at customer satisfaction. There's something Apple has always beat everybody else in, and will hopefully continue to do so. And then my other big point about Apple is, no, they don't have the greatest specs. It's a gig of RAM, that's a third what most phones have. 8 megapixels, that's half of the competition. But guess what? It's going to be faster and it's going to take better photos. It always has and it always will. That's the way it works. Hardware is only part of it. It's the user experience that the software delivers. And with features like handoff coming in Yosemite, the Apple experience is only going to improve. The seamless integration with applications like Find My Friends, iMessage, the iWork suite, iLife. There's zero competition for that as far as I'm concerned. I don't even see like a music player in a big store like iTunes for Android. They don't do that. So even if in your opinion their hardware and maybe even their software capability isn't the best for you, I can't imagine anybody that's going to argue that anybody else has an experience half as good as using a Mac, an iPad, and an iPhone with systems like iCloud. Because if there is one, I haven't heard of it. I know Microsoft has Office Share or Office Plus or whatever that stuff is, and I'm sure that works fine on the Microsoft side of things, but that's only one of the few features that iCloud and Apple applications do. So there's my input on that. I'm not trying to argue with anybody in particular, but I just thought I would talk about that. I'm almost all the way home. This has got to be a very long clip now. So I know that guy, he probably thinks I'm crazy. I'm always driving by in a different BMW. Okay, talk to you later. It's 12:54 in the morning. Welcome back to the vlog. I think I last filmed in the car on the way home from the post office. Anyways, I got home, did a ton of math homework, 3 assignments there, totaling like 75 problems. So we're done through the end of Thursday now. Caught up with that, which is good. Quick quiz tomorrow, talking about parabolas and stuff like that. Let's see, what else is going on? I just watched 2 episodes of 70s Show and 1 of House of Cards, so that was my nice little wind down. Watch later playlists under control, as is the inbox, so that's good news. Pretty tired. My right wrist hurts for some reason. I guess between all the rubbing and polishing yesterday on the car, and then mowing today and lifting up that huge thing full of wet, heavy grass like 12 times because the grass has grown that far again. It hurts, and that's not good because tomorrow I need to do another yard, another one Wednesday, and yet another Thursday before we're caught up until next Monday. It wasn't supposed to rain today. It's still raining, so that's like a 4 or 5 hour rainstorm that just nobody knew about. So that's obnoxious. Tomorrow, I'll have to get up and gauge the weather, see what it is. If it's nice, we'll take the M. If it's not, we'll take the 3. So that's about all I know. Leave some comments today. Today's Apple Talk. I'm not trying to fight anybody. I'm just really trying to put my my thoughts. I'll just say that. I'm probably trying to put my thoughts out there. All right, talk Tuesday. Good night.